Hello, I am back once again with more movie reviews. Hope you enjoyed the one of Grease that I did. Now we're going to move on to another one. I'm going to try not to go on a lot with this one, but we'll just see how it goes. I'll just give my honest opinions. So here we go. This next one that I'm going to be doing is a film that I really didn't see a lot of growing up. Because I think the first time I saw this was 1993, I want to say, or something like that, or some year it was. I just don't really know exactly. But it's based off my favorite superhero, I should mention. And the film is none other than Batman, the 1989 film starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, and Kim Basinger. Now, everybody remembers the 60s TV series Batman, but if you don't remember the 60s TV show Batman, then I don't know why you don't remember, but I don't know. But it was a 60s TV show. It starred Adam West and Burt Ward. Adam West was, of course, Batman, Burt Ward as his sidekick, Robin. But however, in this one, Robin is not in this. The sidekick is just Batman and the villain that's in it, which I will get to in a sec. Anyway, so the show was just basically about these two people, Mr. Bruce Wayne and his young ward, Dick Grayson, and they are Batman and Robin, and they get a call from the guy at the police. I can't remember his name now. Commissioner Gordon. Jeez, the whiz. What happened there? Anyway, and there's so many villains in the show. We had, the first one was actually the Riddler. Then came, I think, the Penguin, the Joker, Catwoman. Then we wound up having Batgirl later in the years, played by Yvonne Craig, rest in peace as well. And so many different villains that they had as well. They're in the series, one called a Bookworm, I think, or something like that. Some guy played him named Rowdy something. I can't really remember his last name. I want to say it was McDowell. I don't know. We also had somebody named the Mad Hatter, played by David Wayne, I think his name was. And they had some people as well, what's her name? The lady that sang the song "It's My Party," Leslie Gore. She was in the show as well. Excuse me. And there, of course, there's a scene, where Batman and Robin are climbing the walls of buildings and stuff with this rope, and then they had people come out of windows. Jerry Lewis made an appearance once. Sammy Davis Jr., I think. Lurch from the 60s TV series The Addams Family. The Green Hornet, I think, and his sidekick, Kato, whoever, played by Bruce Lee. Rest in peace as well. Many others, that appeared in there, and I think Dick Clark did as well in the 60s. He had that show, American Bandstand, I think. And a couple other people that did make appearances, but I know I'm going on about the 60s show, but let's get to the movie. Now, this is just basically based on, as it says on Wikipedia as the plot, I'm just going to read a little. The mayor of Gotham City orders District Attorney Harvey Dent, played by Billy Dean Williams. Harvey Dent, as we do know him as, is also Two-Face, another villain that's from Batman, but was never really seen in the, never in the 60s TV show, but in the movies as well. Yeah. Yeah, but like we said, that was who we know Two-Face as, Harvey Dent. So, let's read some stuff on here. Okay, so anyway, and Police Commissioner James Gordon, or Commissioner Gordon, played by Pat Hingle, rest in peace, to increase police activity and combat crime in preparation for the city's bicentennial, reporter Alexander Knox, played by Robert Wool, and photojournalist Vicky Vale, played by Kim Basinger, began to investigate reports of a vigilant, dubbed Batman, who is targeting the city's criminals. Mob boss Carl Grissom, played by Jack Palance, rest in peace, who has already been targeted by Dent, discovers his mistress, Jerry Hall, is involved with his second-in-command, Jack Napier, played by Jack Nicholson, who we also know Jack Napier as the Joker. With the help of corrupt police lieutenant Max Eckhart, played by William Hootkins, rest in peace as well, Grissom sets up Napier to be murdered during a raid at the Axis Chemicals plant. During the ensuing shootout, Napier kills Eckhart, after which Batman suddenly appears. The two struggle, and Napier is accidentally knocked into a vat of chemical waste. Batman flees, and Napier is presumed dead. Batman is in actuality Bruce Wayne, again played by Michael Keaton, a billionaire industrialist who as a child witnessed his parents' murder at the hands of a young psychopathic mugger. I'm just reading as it says on here. Bruce meets and falls for Vicky at a fundraiser, and the two begin a relationship. Meanwhile, Napier survives the accident but is horribly disfigured with chalk white skin, emerald green hair, and a permanent ruby red grin. Already a psychopath, I guess, Napier is driven completely insane by his plight. Okay. He reinvents himself as the Joker. One of the most memorable scenes where he introduces himself, just to mention, when he comes to that boss, Jack Palance. And that is when he introduced himself and he says, as you can see, I'm a lot happier. So he kills Grissom in revenge for his setup and usurps his criminal empire. In addition, the Joker seeks retaliation against Batman, whom he blames for his disfigurement. During his research for information about Batman, the Joker himself also falls for Vicky, where he discovers her, and we hear the word, "Stop the press, who is that?" The Joker begins to terrorize the city, first by lacing hygiene products with a deadly chemical known as Smilex, which causes victims to laugh to death. When used in certain combinations, the Joker then sets a trap at the Gotham Museum of Art for Vicky, and he and his henchmen vandalize the surrounding works of art. Batman arrives and rescues Vicky, and the pair escape in the Batmobile. Batman gives information about Smilex to Vicky so she can warn the city via Gotham newspapers about the poison products. Bruce meets with Vicky at her apartment, prepared to tell her that he is Batman. They are interrupted by the Joker, who asks Bruce, "You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?" I always ask that of all my friends, I just like the sound of it, before he shoots him, and then says, "Never rub another man's rhubarb." That's another funny scene, it's basically like action, pretty much, a little bit of comedy, not really a whole lot of drama, but anyway, but he was wearing body armor and escapes and recollects that the younger mugger who killed his parents had asked him the same question. When he witnessed it, the guy holds the gun to him and says to the kid, "Bruce, have you ever danced with the devil by the pale moonlight?" and discovers that it was him. And realizes that the mugger was none other than the Joker himself. Vicky suddenly appears in the Batcave, having been let in by Bruce's butler, Alfred Pennyworth, played by Michael Gough. Gough, rest in peace. Yep. He was pretty good in movies as well. After avouching himself to Vicky, Bruce, as Batman, leaves to destroy the Axis chemical plant. Meanwhile, the Joker lures the townspeople to a nighttime parade with a promise to give away $20 million in cash. When his citizens arrive, however, he attacks them with Smilex gas, spewing it from his giant parade balloons, Batman arrives on the scene and saves Gotham City from an attack using the Batwing. But the Joker kidnaps Vicky and takes her to the top of a cathedral. Batman pursues the two, and at the top of the dusty edifice, he and the Joker confront each other in a single combat. When the Joker attempts an escape via helicopter, Batman grapples the Joker's leg to a heavy stone sculpture, causing him to fall. Commissioner Gordon unveils the bat signal along with a note from Batman read by Harvey Dent promising to defend Gotham wherever the crime strikes again. Yeah. That's another scene, in the movie when they're both on the top, and they think some people called it, I think, or dubbed it, the Duel of the Freaks. And Batman just says to the Joker, "Excuse me, you ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?" And he's saying to Batman, "You made me. You dropped me in those chemicals. That wasn't hard to get over. Don't think I didn't try." Yeah. And more funny, another scene as well, when quotes from the movie, like when the Joker discovers him as Batman is his name, and he's like, "Batman, Batman, can somebody tell me what kind of a world we live in where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press? This town needs an enema." Yeah, I know a lot of people really think this is probably the best Batman movie they made, but of course they have the other ones from the 2000s, The Dark Knight Rises, and Batman Begins. But I think, in my opinion, no, this is probably the best Batman movie they ever made. Now, of course, for the rest of the cast, as I mentioned, Tracy Walter as Bob the Goon, Lee Wallace as Major Borg, Hugo Eblick as the young Jack Napier, and the people as Thomas and Martha Wayne, the parents. Now, we also have the casting as well, just to mention, because Michael Keaton was not the first one to play Batman, or the first choice to play Batman, neither was Jack Nicholson. For example, paralleled to the Superman casting, a who's who of Hollywood top stars were considered for the role of Batman, including Mel Gibson. I gotta stop it right there and just say that Mel Gibson is probably known for his movies that he did, he did mostly war movies and stuff. I think, in my opinion, that would definitely not have been pretty good. He was really known for the Lethal Weapon movies and the Mad Max movies, even though he is kind of an action guy, but he's more kind of, you know what I mean. I don't think it really wouldn't have worked out. Kevin Costner, he pretty much is known from the movie Field of Dreams, I think, and JFK, Bull Durham, The Untouchables, Dances with Wolves. I think pretty much, for this one, I don't think it would have been too bad, though, as him as Batman, but I still think, I don't know if that really would have worked out. Charlie Sheen, who really was not really doing a whole lot in 1989. I mean, he was only the 24 at that time, maybe. He pretty much, he was in Platoon in 1986, as we know. Then a few others. Lucas, a little small role in Ferris Bueller's Day Off as a drug kid. Wall Street, Young Guns, 8 Men Out, Major League, which he did in 1989 as well, and Hot Shots in 91, but we all know him as his role in the TV series 2.5 Men as Charlie Harper. And honestly, I mean, I don't think I would have minded Charlie Sheen, because I like Charlie Sheen. I think he's a really good actor, and he was really good in Major League and many other movies he did too. Yeah, I mean, he was great in 2.5 Men. I mean, he really was. Of course, he got fired, which is really stupid. Made the show ridiculous when they brought in Ashton Kutcher. It really messed it up. But I wouldn't have minded Charlie Sheen. Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck. I gotta be honest, that wouldn't have worked out. I mean, Tom was already in his 40s at that time. He was 44 maybe at that time. And of course, he's known for that trademark mustache. Batman with a mustache, like with him there in that suit, that would have been wrong. I mean, his mustache probably would have had powers and stuff like the bat rope or whatever, and he could like use it like that and then just pull himself up like that using his mustache. I don't think that would have worked. Bill Murray. Well, we all remember Bill Murray from the movie Caddyshack and Saturday Night Live as well. Now, Bill Murray is more of a comedian guy. If this guy really would have played Batman, he probably would have been, in my opinion, Bill Murray would have been a better choice for the Joker. You know, if he could have done that, that would have been pretty good. But him as Batman, no. I gotta be honest. Harrison Ford. Now, Harrison Ford, you know, Indiana Jones, and the Star Wars movies as well. Another hero to people, you know, Indiana Jones. But Harrison Ford was in his 40s as well, a little bit close to 50 though, just a little bit. That's a tough one in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if that really would have worked out, him as Batman. Excuse me, but it's a good question though. But I really just don't think it wouldn't have worked. I mean, out of them, I probably would have went with Charlie Sheen, and Dennis Quaid is the other one. No comment on that. I don't think that would work out either. Burton was pursued by Warner Brothers to cast an obvious action movie star and had approached Pierce Brosnan, but he had no interest in playing a comic book character. Thank goodness, because he did play James Bond, as we know later. Burton was originally interested in casting an unknown actor and offered Ray Liotta a chance to audition after having completed Something Wild. Of course, Ray Liotta also was in that game. He voiced the character Tommy Vercetti in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, as we know. Yeah, man, that maybe wouldn't have been a bad choice too, but he declined, a decision he now regrets. No. Some people have done that to other movies too and regret it. Willem Dafoe, who was falsely reported to be considered for the Joker, but had actually been considered for Batman early in development. I know that actor, but I don't think it just would have worked out for him as Batman or the Joker. Producer John Peters suggested Michael Keaton, arguing he had the right edgy, tormented quality. After having seen his dramatic performance in Clean and Sober, and having directed Keaton in Beetlejuice, Burton agreed. And there you go. Keaton's casting caused a controversy among comic book fans, with 50,000 protest letters sent to Warner Brothers offices. Bob Kane, Sam Hamm, and Michael Uslan also heavily questioned the casting. Obviously, there was a negative response from the comic book people. I think they thought we were going to make it like the 60s TV series and make it campy, because they thought of Michael Keaton from Mr. Mom and Night Shift and stuff like that. Keaton studied The Dark Knight Returns for inspiration. So there you go. Now we move on to the Joker. Tim Curry. Now, I know he was in a couple other movies as well, but this guy is an English fella, and he was also in the movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. He played like a hotel worker. I really don't think that would have worked out for him. I just don't think it would have looked right. David Bowie, and yes, the singer, David Bowie. We all know him as a great singer, you know, for such many hits like Let's Dance, Changes, Fame, Space Oddity, many, many more. That would have been interesting, though, to see him as the Joker. I mean, you know, being an English fellow like that he is, I don't know, man, that may have been interesting, though. John Lithgow. I only remember John Lithgow from the TV series Third Rock from the Sun, I believe. Did not really care for that show, and yeah, I just really didn't really think that would have worked out either, just because it just looked wrong. It did. Just look at some stuff. Okay. Yeah. So next one, James Woods. James Woods, I saw in a movie with Michael J. Fox called The Hard Way. Not really. I mean, it was an all right movie, but the only if this shows like a few movies that he's done and stuff, definitely think that wouldn't have been a good choice either. Okay, and again, they were considered for the Joker. Burton wanted to cast Brad Dourif. If you don't know who Brad Dourif is, watch the Child's Play movies, because he was the doll Chucky. That's who he is. And I don't know about that. I mean, he was like pretty much doing the Chucky movies, but it says that the studio refused. If they would have cast him, I don't think that would have worked either. But here's one that would have been pretty good. Robin Williams, rest in peace. He lobbied hard for the part. If he probably would have been the Joker and probably Charlie Sheen as Batman, I think that probably could have been pretty cool. But even though with, what's his name, Michael Keaton as Batman or Robin Williams as the Joker, I think that would have been pretty cool. Because we all know how Robin Williams is with comedy and stuff, like Mrs. Doubtfire, for instance, and many, many more movies too, or like Good Morning Vietnam. Yeah. But if he probably would have gotten the part, that would have been pretty cool. Jack Nicholson had been producer Michael Uslan's and Bob Kane's choice since 1980, for 9 years. Peters approached Nicholson as far back as 1986 during the filming of The Witches of Eastwick. Nicholson had what was known as the off-the-clock agreement. His contract specified the number of hours he was entitled to have off each day. From the time he left the set to the time he reported back for filming, as well as being off for Los Angeles Lakers home games, because he's know how big of a fan he is, Nicholson demanded to have all of his scenes shot in a 3-week block, but the schedule lapsed into 106 days. He received a $6 million salary, as well as a large percentage of the box office gross, estimated between $60 million to $90 million. And now for the last one, which is for the cast of Vicky Vale. Sean Young, who was originally cast. She was only 30 or 29 at that time. I don't really know a whole lot about her, but know for such films as Blade Runner, Dune, No Way Out, Wall Street, and Cousins in 1989. But she was injured in a horse riding accident prior to commencement of filming. I mean, I really don't have any comment about it, but not too sure. Burton suggested replacing Young with Michelle Pfeiffer, but Keaton, who was in a relationship with Pfeiffer, believed it would be too awkward. She went on to portray Catwoman in Batman Returns, the sequel. Young's departure necessitated an urgent search for an actress who, besides being right for the part, could commit to the film at very short notice. Peter suggested Kim Basinger. She was able to join the production immediately and was cast. As a fan of Michael Gough's work in various Hammer film productions, Burton cast Gough as Bruce Wayne's butler, Alfred Pennyworth. Robert Wuhl was cast as reporter Alexander Knox. His character was originally supposed to die by the Joker's poison gas in the climax, but the filmmakers liked my character so much. Wuhl said that they decided to let me live. Tim Burton chose Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent because he wanted to include the villain Two-Face in a future film, using the concept of an African-American Two-Face, African-American Two-Face for the black and white concept. Yeah. But Tommy Lee Jones later cast in the role for Batman Forever, which disappointed Williams. Nicholson convinced the filmmakers to cast Tracy Walter as Joker's henchman, Bob. In real life, Nicholson and Walter are close friends. Kiefer Sutherland was considered as Robin before the character was deleted from the shooting script. I don't even know why he was deleted from the script, just because of the fact we all remember how Batman always had the sidekick Robin. But yeah. But Kiefer Sutherland as Robin, I mean, I don't know that much about him too. But yeah. And the rest of the cast included Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon, Jerry Hale as Alicia Hunt, Lee Wallace as Mayor Borg, William Hookins, Lieutenant Max Hecker, and Jack Palance as crime boss Carl Grissom. So there you go. I mean, but this is a good Batman movie. I mean, if you have not seen '89 Batman movie, please check it out. I mean, it's very good. You know, if you ever watched the '60s TV series, I suggest you watch this one too, because it's just as good as the '60s TV series was. They did make a movie about the '60s one as well, but I think pretty much a lot of people prefer the '89 version more than the '60s one. Yep, but that's going to have to wrap it up for this movie review of Batman, the 1989 film, so I hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please have a happy weekend, and you all take care and enjoy.